Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new here. In today's video, I'm going to be giving myself a Victoria's Secret supermodel makeover. I'm already in the appropriate attire. I have my cutesy little silk pajamas on and I'm all ready to go. But first, this would not be a Victoria's Secret makeover without the iconic blowout. Today, I'm going to be using my Foxy Bay blowout brush and I'll kind of give you guys a little miniature tutorial on how I do it. So first, you will want to section off your hair. It doesn't have to look perfect, it just needs to be up. This does work best on damp hair, so I'm going to be spraying it with my little water bottle. Then for each section, I section it off again into 2 pieces. Then I just go in from behind, twist it up, hold it here so it actually curls, and then twist it out, and then twist it, hold the curl, you're good to go. You definitely should still use heat protection for this, but I never do. It's probably not healthy, but you do you, what works best for you. And then I split the top into 2 sections, so one in the back, one in the front. The section in the back, I curl backwards. The one in the front, I wrap forwards. When I wrap the hair backwards this way, this is the effect that you get. This same effect will happen when I do this one forward. So after all the sections are done, I just kind of leave the clips up here and I let them do their thing, I let them set in. So now that the hair is done, now we can finally get into the makeup preparation. So a big reason why Victoria's Secret Angels makeup always looks so perfect is actually skincare and prep more than it is the makeup. So in every behind the scenes photo of Victoria's Secret Angels, they always have one thing in common. These bad boys. Mine are from Après Beauty. They are collagen under eye masks. If you go to ApresBeauty.co, you can use my code SHAY15 for 15% off. I have tried these before. They work so well and they're so hydrating. These are so cool and refreshing. They also really help if you have puffy under eyes after you first wake up, and they are amazing for skin prep. These are formulated with rose extract, hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, and so many other wonderful things. Alright, so I'm going to leave these on for about 15 to 20 minutes and I'll be right back. Alright, so it has been about 20 minutes and now we are finally ready for the makeup. Look at the glow. The thing that really makes the early 2000s Victoria's Secret Angel makeup so special is that they did it in a way where it was very, very glam, but also natural. You were wearing a lot of makeup, but your skin still looked like skin. And that is what we're going to accomplish with today's look. Since I've already prepped my skin, I personally am not going to use any primer. Everyone's different. If you want to use primer, you absolutely can. But I'm gonna go in with the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk. This gives the right amount of coverage, but is still very light with a skin-like finish. We want that dewy, fresh look. Using a CC cream instead of a foundation will cover any imperfections you may have without completely covering the skin. Now, we want to brighten up the under eyes as much as possible. The mistake a lot of people make is going in with a very light concealer first, and if you have visible dark circles, that will only make your under eyes look a little bit gray. So my trick is to take a very peachy toned concealer first, right under where you have your dark circles, and then take the lighter concealer on top of it. That will prevent any grayness from happening. So we're gonna go in right where we have the darkness. You can see how the peach tones will just color correct those dark circles and give us an even base for when we put the lighter concealer up here. Just going to take this one right under the eyes to brighten it up. Up here to lift. The peach concealer that I used was the How to Be a Redhead concealer in Lovely, and the brightening concealer that I used was the Maybelline New York Fit Me concealer in 01. And now I'm just setting with the CoverGirl Stay Matte powder. You'll also want to go ahead and conceal your eyelids just as a base for the eyeshadow. Confidence really is a big part of makeup in general, and I just want all of you guys to know that you are beautiful no matter what, with or without makeup. And that is what you should be telling yourself every single day. Because all of this makeup and outer beauty is nothing without your inner beauty. The way that you treat people is going to reflect so much more beauty than anything else, honestly. I know some of the most beautiful women who just have horrible personalities and suddenly looks do not matter anymore. You just know they're a horrible person and you can see that. Moral of the story, be a good person. Inner beauty is so much more important. Now, just to bronze up the face a little bit, I'm going to take this contour. Growing up around so many different types of people and hearing so many different definitions of what's beautiful, you kind of get a distorted reality about what true beauty is. And if you're on a journey of, self-discovery or trying to find what you think is beautiful for you, it's so important to just experiment with different makeup, experiment with fashion, experiment with hair. You have to experiment with all of these things to find what works for you. And honestly, it's so much fun. And do not care about what other people think, because that's irrelevant. Let's be honest, that is so irrelevant. And truly beautiful people aren't gonna judge you. That's another thing. Truly beautiful people will not judge you. You just need to wake up every day and realize you are your own Victoria's Secret angel, and it does not matter what anyone else has to say about it. It really does not. You go do whatever makeup you want to, walk out of the house, wear whatever you want to, and be confident. Every single Victoria's Secret angel will tell you it's all about confidence. It also helps to know what shape your face is, because knowing what works best with your eye color, hair color, skin tone, face shape, all of that will really help you to look your best. And like I said, it's all about having fun with it. Now I'm going to contour my nose, but I don't want a very orange type of bronzer right here, because that'll make it so much more obvious how orange it is. I am going to take this cool tone brown right here, and you have to be very careful because it's very pigmented. But cool toned brown to contour the nose, always a good idea. When it comes to contouring your nose, you want to start at the bottom because that is the darkest part. That's where the shadows are going to be. Then I just kind of pat it and slowly work my way up, and also right here. Just work very slowly and make sure everything is blended out. I'm not trying to change the shape of my nose, I'm just trying to put that shadow back where I covered it up. When you put something like skin tint on, the pigment kind of takes away the shadows from your face, and contouring is all about putting those shadows back. When you look at it that way, it becomes a little less intimidating. I always add this little thing right here to give a button effect, And then I always take either my bronzer brush or just a really fluffy powder brush and blend that out. We want no harsh lines. The longer you spend blending, the better your makeup will look. Let me know if you guys want more makeup tutorials. I really enjoy doing them, but I feel like I need to get out of the box a little bit. I do the same thing like every day pretty much. I have like 3 different makeup looks that I rotate between. I am going to put some blush on real quick. I'm using the label rubbed off, but this is the Wet n Wild blush in Mellow Wine. One thing about the Victoria's Secret Angels is they always had their blush on. I love applying my blush right here in the center of my face because I feel like it fits my face shape best, but I do blend it back. You can see how that brings a bit more life back into the skin. Since I'm a pink toned person, I do tend to kind of put blush everywhere, but that's just me. Alright, I think it's time we move on to the eyes. Eye makeup is crucial for this makeup look. Knowing your skin tone is a must because I take this shimmery eyeshadow, and yes, even though it is a shimmery eyeshadow, with my skin tone, it's dark enough to be used in the crease. In the early 2000s, Victoria's Secret Angels were all about the sparkle and the shimmer and everything. And I'm a believer that makeup has no rules, so if you want to use a shimmery eyeshadow in your crease, use a shimmery eyeshadow in your crease. First, I'm going to go in really quick with a black liner and line my upper waterline. Not going to do it on camera because I know some people are squeamish with eye pulling and everything like that, so I'll be right back. I'm genuinely curious, what is one thing that you guys cannot go without in your makeup routine? Like, what's one thing that makes your makeup routine feel complete? Because for me, it's this. I genuinely cannot continue my makeup routine until I tightline with black liner. Comment down below. I want to know all of y'all's answers. So now I'm taking that mauve color and I'm focusing it on the outer corner and also the crease. Really focusing on that outer V and really trying to lift it up. The first time I used this eyeshadow in my crease, I knew that I was going to be doing that forever. Because it's shimmery, but it's like the perfect nude brownish pinkish color for me. We are also going to drag this color under the eye. The thing that stands out most to me about the early 2000s Victoria's Secret makeup was the ombre effect. You had these light shadows that blended out into nothing and it was beautiful, but you also have this deep dark brown / black on the very outer corner, which really helps to lift the eye. So I am going to take this Palladio black brown gel eyeliner and right along the lash line, I'm just deepening that brown color and I'm going to blend it out with a smudge brush. It doesn't really matter how messy it is as long as you blend it out well. So just a brush like this. We're going to slowly work from the lash line, getting all that product, and then slowly work our way up and out. Whatever excess gel liner I have on the brush, I just run on my lower lash line, just for a little bit more depth. And then to set the gel liner, I just take a little bit of brown eyeshadow and kind of blend it out a little bit more and then run it through my crease for a little bit more definition. If you want to make your eyes really foxy, you really have to focus on the definition, especially in your crease and the outer corner, going upward. Now I'm just going to go in with a Wet n Wild highlighter and highlight the brow bone and the inner part of my lid. It's all about adding light and dark and going back and forth and really just adding that definition. A big factor with how your makeup turns out and how lifted your face looks is actually your eyebrows. Me personally, I kind of shave mine up a little bit towards the end so it gives that lifted look. This would not be a Victoria's Secret Angel look if there was not tons of shimmer involved. Do not be afraid of the shimmer and the sparkle and the highlight because that is everything with this look. I personally love the Doutzen Cruise like inner corner highlight moment. That was everything. Funny story, I was actually walking the runway in like 2008, 2009. I wasn't a Victoria's Secret model, but I still walked the runway. Granted, I was about 4 years old, but a win is a win. I still count that as a huge accomplishment. I've been thinking about modeling. I don't know though, it sounds fun. Should I come out of my 16-year retirement? I'm gonna take a little bit of this highlighter and go right here on the lower lash line. Because when I tell you they had sparkles everywhere, they had sparkles everywhere. Now for the eyeliner, it was very simple, and I don't think they had very dramatic wings. I think, from what I can tell, they focused more on bold, voluminous eyelashes instead of a winged eyeliner. So what I'm gonna do is put eyeliner just in the outer corner and then the inner corner to give that foxy look. But I'm not gonna drag it out into a wing. I'm gonna let the lashes give that effect. So all I'm doing is darkening the outer corner, and then I'm gonna go in the inner corner. Now it's time for mascara, which I'm horrible at doing on camera, so I'm just gonna do it off camera. Curl, obviously. Then I do something a little bit out of the ordinary. I take the L'Oreal Telescopic just on the tips, because that one is made for length, and then I take the Maybelline Lash Sensational all over, root to tip. This one has a fanning effect and it's for volume. This one is just for length, but I do find that they work together pretty well. Alright, lashes are done. I am gonna clean up what I got on my eyelid. While my lashes are drying, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight with a mixture of this Rare Beauty highlighter and the Wet n Wild highlighter. The setting spray is really what ties all this together. It's very dewy, and it really gives that natural finish. This makeup is honestly perfect for anyone who has freckles or anything like that, or like I have this freckle and you can literally still see it. That's what makes this so natural, but it's still very glam, so it's perfect. So a little hack for when you get mascara on your eyelids is to actually let it dry, and once it's fully dried down, you can take a spoolie or a Q-tip, and it works like a charm. Now that my eyelids are all cleaned up, I'm gonna take the same Palladio eyeliner and tight line my lower lash line. This one step makes this makeup so much more intense. Now that the eyes are getting fierce, it's time for setting spray. This is the Milani Make It Last Original. I love this for any dewy makeup looks or any makeup looks where you want to keep it natural. This one is perfect. Before I do that really quick though, I don't do anything to my eyebrows, but I do brush them into place before I do my setting spray, just to help shape them up a bit. Now you can see how that setting spray really just locked in the highlight. And last but not least, moving on to the lips. In the early 2000s, Victoria's Secret Angels either rocked a pink lip or a nude lip. Me personally, I'm gonna do pink, because that's just what suits me best. So I'm going in with the Makeup by Mario lip pencil in Rich Mauve. Just barely overlining Cupid's bow. Honestly, this is the perfect nude pink for me. And now for the very last thing. I'm going in with this Makeup by Mario, I don't know what you would call it, like a lippy. This is the shade Rosewood Glow, and it's like a tinted balm, but it's also plumping. A little goes a long way. Alright. Now it's time to give the hair a little shake. So yeah, that is the completed look. Very natural, very glam. I love this makeup with the blowout. And now I'm gonna insert a clip of me fully accessorized, fully dressed. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope the tutorial was easy enough to follow along with. And yeah, go be your most gorgeous, beautiful selves. Let me know in the comments how you like these types of videos, and yeah, I will see you in my next one. Bye!